Hi, everybody. It's Tracy Leonand.
Peter Murray. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning, Peter. It's been a bit of a tricky day today.
It's been a tricky day for everyone that's involved in technology. It seems like all the Bitcoin transactions that's happening all over the world are eating up the bandwidth on the whole internet.
Yes, because we've had some problems, some technical problems. So who knows? Hey, maybe Google's having a hard time. Everybody's searching where to buy their Bitcoin.
Well, hopefully we have better luck now. We actually restarted our recording, so hopefully we have better luck with this one. Let's see how it goes.
Cool. So let's get going with this one. Last week we spoke about a Bitcoin mining farm that was involved in a sale, and the price wasn't set. You know, it was like the secret price. Well, here is the price: $466 million. And you know what the exciting thing though for this, Peter, is that there's so much opportunity now. What with Bitcoin getting so much attention, companies are possibly being bought out.
Well, it also is going to create new startups because entrepreneurs are looking at this and they say, wow, maybe I should start a Bitcoin company. And so if you haven't started a Bitcoin company yet, you know, the day's still young, it's still morning. So you can have one this afternoon. You don't even need a bank account. That's a great thing. And if you start a decentralized autonomous organization, you don't need any company formation documents either. You can just start with an idea.
Yeah, incredible.
And
well,
if you don't know how to do this and what these things are, you better start following our Facebook page and our YouTube channel to find out what's going on.
Absolutely. And also, you know what? The US government is now awarding $600,000 in grants for blockchain projects. So all those people out there that want to, those companies that want to start developing blockchain applications, the US government is handing money out.
There we go. It's and the stuff of things are just going to increase because governments everywhere decided to buy governments.
Yeah, everybody's getting involved. And the other thing that's actually happening is, it says here, New York regulators grant second bit license to Ripple. So there's more and more companies out there that are getting licenses.
Absolutely. It's becoming a mainstream business. And I saw there was a Bitcoin Exchange getting a license in North Carolina as well. I saw that in the news. So, yeah, it's just becoming more and more mainstream.
Yes, exactly. And now we're on to smart contracts. EU's biggest insurer, Allianz, successfully tests smart contracts. And what they've done is they're trying to improve, obviously saving costs as well as streamline the process to improve natural disaster bond settlements. So it's good that, these big companies are starting to use smart contracts.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very efficient for them. So we're going to see a much more development in this area.
Absolutely. And now this is the big news. So on the weekend, we were so excited on Sunday morning when the prices went up to about 630. Made a bit of a slip there. And by the evening, it was 675. And this morning, it's 730. So super exciting times.
Super exciting times for people having Bitcoin. Super frustrating times for people that waited on the sidelines and sat and haven't bought yet. But you know what? If you're taking a long-term view, I'm taking a 25-year view on Bitcoin. This is only the start. But
yes,
yeah, it's
absolutely.
exciting times, and technically it's making new highs. So who knows where Bitcoin can go into in the short term. I think $800 are on the cards very shortly.
Yes, absolutely. Well, there was some speculation at the time of halving, which is going to be in July, that the price could probably go up to 655. Well, we've passed that. So who knows? Maybe it's 955.
Yeah, anything is possible. And
Yeah,
people just have to remember that when you do any type of buying something or whatever, you've got to look at your time frame, because the Bitcoin price can also go down. Lots of things can happen in this market. It's a volatile commodity. So be careful when you start trading.
absolutely. And, obviously during this time, the last few weeks, there's been a little bit of backlog in terms of Bitcoin transactions. They say that 41,000 unconfirmed. And, some of these transactions took 6 to even 10 hours. And of course, this is now opening up that other debate very urgently to talk about that block size. Peter, are you there? Peter, you've gone quiet.
I hear you.
Can you just repeat what you said?
Yeah, I will. I said that it's a new technology. So, it's always going to be a little bit frustrating at times. I remember when emails started, how long we waited for the first emails to come through. And, and especially when you started attaching documents and stuff like that. And now if you don't get your email within a tenth of a second, you're worried that it's lost. And I think this is just exactly the same thing that's going to happen. But, Bitcoin transactions that take 10 hours are still very much faster than any bank transaction that you send over borders. We did a transaction the other day between 2 banks in different countries, and it took 7 days. So,
well, you know what? Transaction between banks in your own country, in one country, takes a couple of days as well. So yeah. So Bitcoin at this point in time is super fast.
Yeah, also, and like with any technology, there will be some hiccups, but I'm not concerned about it. I know it gets in the news every time it happens, but it's not an issue at all.
Yeah, but this is also a sign that more and more people are buying, more and more people are getting into Bitcoin. So this is a good news story, really.
Yeah, it shows you that more and more people are using it. So,
okay,
yes.
which leads us onto exchanges. There's a report that Cocko did on or are doing on exchanges. Says high volume doesn't mean liquidity. And so obviously they are, apparently the high volume Bitcoin traders still prefer the less regulated markets in Europe and Asia. I mean, we've seen huge spikes in Asia over the last couple of weeks.
Well, it's because the buyers are coming from Asia at this stage,
Yeah.
And ultimately prices of anything are driven by people buying.
Correct.
So yeah, in terms of exchanges, there's just more and more of them starting to pop up, but the bigger ones will probably, stay the bigger ones over time.
Yeah, absolutely. So very, very interesting there. Is Bitcoin's price performance drawing mainstream traders? They're saying now that there are many people haven't been making the returns in standard investments, and they're looking for something new. And what with, just a week or so ago, we were talking about, that they're wanting to make Bitcoin an asset class on its own. So what are your views on this?
Well, my view is that Bitcoin is already an asset class. People just need to wake up to that fact.
Mm.
I mean, in terms of it being adopted into the financial system as a mainstream asset class, that's already happening. We already have IRAs that can invest in Bitcoins. We've got listed Bitcoin funds on the US exchanges, and I think we'll very soon see a lot of your hedge funds and fund managers getting more and more involved in Bitcoin, especially as a lot of the Bitcoin news are now starting to be covered by places like Bloomberg and CNBC and Reuters and stuff like that. We're going to get more and more coverage on Bitcoin. I saw the other day the big commodities commentator, Dennis Gartman, that's been writing the Gartman letter for years and years, has actually commented on Bitcoin. And this is going to happen. More and more of the mainstream guys are going to get involved from the media side, which will get more and more traders interested and ultimately get them trading.
Yes, exactly. Exciting times. Wow. So now there's this halving that's coming up. It's probably around about the 9th or the 10th of July. And at the moment, well, the article is, what is the halving? A primer to Bitcoin's big mining change. Already, there's a lot of people talking about how profitable will their mines be. There's already one big miner that's shut their doors. So yeah, losing 50% of revenue, not easy, and it means that the price has to move up for them to be profitable.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why the price is moving up at the moment, because it has to compensate the more elections. That's why because we need to get more mining online, and to do that, prices have to go up, because
Correct.
mining is currently not a profitable business.
Mm.
Which begs the question again: how on earth do these so-called cloud miners pay out these massive profits? The answer is they don't. So be careful.
Yes, exactly. Be careful. Okay, now we've had quite a bit of news here about America. So the Bitcoin and the blockchain take the stage for international summit of central banks at the Federal Reserve. Obviously a whole bunch of them were, obviously there was a lot of discussion around Bitcoin and the blockchain. And it's actually quite nice that now even the White House is saying that fintech is changing relations to finance. So there's governments are backing this.
They are backing the Swiss bank in your pocket. Can you believe it?
Yeah. Did I see something about Obama?
Yeah, Obama said that Bitcoin is like every single person in the world having a Swiss bank account in their pocket. So I think we should oblige Mr. Obama and provide that. But really, I read these articles and they are discussing it. So that means, they at least giving some kind of legitimacy to it.
Yes, absolutely. And they're not the only government that is talking about it. So this is about regulation. Circle favors more regulation for Bitcoin and fintech. They're just saying that
Circle is playing the perfect game. What you do is you get a license and then you ask for more regulation to keep other people out.
Yeah, because they're saying that it's just going to make it easier to conduct business. So quite interesting article.
Yeah, it is, because there's less people to compete with.
Yeah.
Ask the banks, why is it so difficult to get a banking license? They don't like competition.
Yeah, they don't like competition. But Circle is quite an innovative company.
Yeah, no, Circle is an innovative company, and it is good that Bitcoin regulation is finally also starting to become more and more parcel of everything, because it will just help getting more people involved in Bitcoin. People feel more comfortable when things are regulated.
Yes, exactly. Now, this is a very interesting article and a big step forward for this Korean. It says Korean web giant Cocko invests in Satoshi Citadel. Now, apparently, they are the biggest in South Korea, and it is apparently it's a household name. They've got it's a mobile application when they've got about 100 million active users, and it actually lets users make free calls, send text messages. It's also got a social environment as well. They can share photographs. They've even got a gaming platform. And so as long as you're just connected to the internet, and what they've done now is they've bought this Philippine company. It's a Bitcoin startup company, because they want to get involved into the whole financial side of things as well. And this particular company that they bought out actually offers financial services to Filipinos who don't have bank accounts. I mean, I think this is amazing.
It is amazing, and I think that the financial services industry that are going to serve people without bank accounts are very, very soon going to surpass the mainstream financial services industry, because there's so many unbanked people that actually need financial services. And
Absolutely.
you know, I'm glad the guys are coming up with solutions. It's excellent.
Yes. Well, Africa, India, Asia. So, I mean, it's all over. So there's all these developing countries.
The other thing that's interesting, it's starting on social networks. So, you know, I'm thinking is what is Facebook going to do? Because,
Mm.
you know, they need to compete as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next few months or so.
Yes. Now, this is another one that absolutely blows my hair back. When I read this article a couple of weeks ago, or rather the launch of this of their company and what they're planning to do, 21 Inc. It says here, open sources Bitcoin software for machine payments. Now, what this company is planning to do is, you know, if you have their software, you would be able to, every single time that you click onto a website, you can get paid in Bitcoin. So, I mean, this is just everyday people. You know, imagine how many people will get paid in Bitcoin with all the surfing that we do. So now they've just actually made their software open source. I think a very, very clever move.
Yeah, very, very clever move, and very, very interesting.
Yeah, so this is definitely a company to watch. I think is going to make absolute billions.
Well, let's see. Do you know where we can buy the shares?
Yeah, no, I don't. But I think maybe you just found out.
Oh,
So
maybe we can buy them in Bitcoin. We'll see.
sorry, Peter, that last comment of yours was a bit garbled. Can you just repeat it?
I said maybe we can buy the shares in Bitcoin.
Absolutely. And which leads us to this last slide. Make your money work for you. Buy Bitcoin. I mean, look at what happened overnight. And look what's happened over the last few weeks. In fact, look what's just been going on with Bitcoin.
Oh, there you go. Even the dogs are excited about this.
Yes, even the dogs are excited. I ran over to cookies.
What I think is, Tracy, if you're looking at back to the last year and you're living in the UK where the guys are now living in fear of this whole Brexit thing, the Bitcoin price in pounds have gone up from 155 pounds last year, June, until it's now 486 pounds a Bitcoin. So that's more than 200% increase.
Yes.
You know, and that is in a mainstream currency like the pound. So I'm telling you that you know, anything can happen. We are not even sure where this price should be, but I'm telling you what, if I look at the long-term economic fundamentals, it's very, very easy to me. You've got a commodity that has a diminishing supply. The supply is inelastic, it's diminishing over time, and you've got a very exponentially increasing demand. So prices have to go up.
Absolutely, prices have to go up. So,
and as long as demand keeps on increasing, prices can go up for years and years and years. So, you know, because we haven't even started using Bitcoin yet. I mean, if you talk to people in the street, 98% of people have never even heard of Bitcoin. So, you know, the growth trajectory of this thing is just absolutely unbelievable where it can go to.
Well, we've had an incredible week, and I'm sure we're going to have another incredible week. So we look forward to chatting to you guys next week, Peter.
Next week, and also, I'm you know, I would keep my eye on the prices over this weekend. I think we are in for a very, very exciting weekend coming. So yeah, keep your eyes on the Bitcoin price, and also, you know, if you need any information or you need a free Bitcoin education, join our website, join our Facebook page. Read all the articles. We are up to date with the news all the time, and follow our YouTube channel, and you know, you'll know what's going on in the Bitcoin market. So that's our invitation to you, and it will cost you the magnificent amount of nothing.
Mm. Absolutely. And you know what? We're having such fun doing this. So it's really a good time to be in Bitcoin, I have to say, right at the beginning.
I agree.
So thanks very much, Peter, and I'll chat to you next week.
Chat to you next week. Thank you, Tracy.
Here we are.